Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 6th of February for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you some standout features to look out for, but please stay with me. As usual, I will dive deep to give you each of the 12 zodiac signs in forensic detail from Aries through to Pisces. Now this week begins with the potency of the full moon, which occurred at the end of last week, still reverberating through the heavens, particularly because the Sun and Uranus are in a tense right angle on Monday and Tuesday too. So anything to do with time management, whether it's around our social situation, our friendships, the things we want to do that are more creative for ourselves, there could be some disruption, last minute changes of plan, or some costs. However, on Tuesday, a really seminal event occurs because Mercury comes out of its post-retrograde shadow. It went into its pre-retrograde shadow on the 12th of December. Now, of course, it came out of the retrograde itself on the 18th of January. But if things have been a bit sluggish or you've been waiting for some information, Mercury goes on to combine with Pluto this week. And there could be a very important development around a worldly matter, such as a job application, a business a scenario, or perhaps to do with a goal or ambition. But then Mercury makes the transition into the sign of Aquarius, and that occurs on Saturday. And that's also really important because Mercury sparkles in Aquarius because it's a planet that's exalted in this sign. So, of course, Aquarius energy is very outgoing. It's very much to do with networking and friendships. So if we start this week feeling a little bit pulled around and a bit disorientated, by the end of the week, I think Mercury can help us to get things a little clearer. Now, also this week, from Monday through to Friday, Venus is in an energizing link with Uranus. Now, Venus in the sign of Pisces is a very mysterious influence, exalted, of course, itself. But this is provoking us to try something different or to surprise someone we're interested in, or even surprise our partner by doing something that's fresh and stimulating, because that can bring some magic to a relationship. But equally, it's an opportunity to think outside the box when it comes to our financial situation. Now, just to tell you, the two planets of fortune, Venus and Jupiter, the lesser and the greater benefit, from Monday to Friday are in a semi-sextile. So Jupiter in Aries is very much about initiative in the first house, and of course Venus in the 12th could be about the things we do behind the scenes, or it could be that some kind of benefit or piece of good fortune can be linked to a past good deed. So something can evolve quietly but rather pleasingly in the background of this week. Now, if you are a returning visitor, thank you so much for joining me once more. If you're new to my channel, it's great to have you with me. Please like or comment. I interact with all comments. This is very much a community. Or subscribe. Now, if you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand what the next year holds for you personally, if you give me 3 pieces of personal data of time, date and place of birth, I can give you your forecast, but also my special package of 30% off, your life roadmap, which can help you to become more intimate with some of the planetary influences that have been aiding but perhaps even hindering you at times. Please see the link beneath this video. You can also get your zodiac, Vedic and Chinese forecast for the next year completely free. So Aries, your week commencing the 6th of February forecast suggests that something to do with that professional domain, which has proved a little bit frustrating since the turn of the year. Perhaps it's linked to a relationship. You've been waiting to hear from someone that you thought there was a kind of connection with, a sense of understanding mutually between you, but somehow or another the wheels of commerce have really turned quite slowly. So I think that can all speed up this week, which is really pleasing. But also, because of the position of the full moon and the square between the Sun and Uranus as you come into this new week, it is possible that you are feeling a little bit conflicted in terms of where to invest your attention. Now, perhaps part of the issue with this, Aries, is that a lot of people seem to want a piece of you. You know, you're in demand, and that can be very flattering. So how do you decipher where to actually invest that energy or even that money? Well, I think really what Uranus is saying is don't be too quick to make any decisions without giving yourself the space just to step back and reflect. And there may be someone actually quite experienced that you know and trust and respect who actually can give you some more detached advice. And once this is all thought through, it can just all fall into place for you. But of course, Venus is in your 12th house. If you are doing some soul searching around your relationship situation, even if it's because you are at the present time not involved in a relationship, and it does seem, that your long-term life direction and maybe your work are taking a bit too much prominence at the moment, you could look at the full moon in a more positive way and feel it's a nudge to actually keep going with the things that you do enjoy, the things that are creative, where you can express yourself, and don't get so caught up in the needs of others. And perhaps the position of Venus is just asking you to really prepare, nurture yourself, because once Venus moves into your sign on the 20th of February, it really is going to be an exciting point, because of course then we're going to have that early lunation in your sign, that new moon, and the vernal equinox. So this is all building up to a taking off point, which is going to be extraordinarily dynamic. So if you do feel that you're clearing up a few loose ends, personally or professionally, at the present time, just go with the flow.